So I've been looking at investment options as I'm not a big fan of stocks at this point. The stock market looks extremely overpriced. Bonds, I don't want to be anywhere near the US dollar or securities related to the US dollar, as I think that there's going to be a ton of inflation and the value is going to decrease greatly. So I've been looking at real estate and kind of development options, things ranging from apartment buildings to office space to raw land and farms. Have looked around at a variety of things, and one that I've zeroed in on here is a property up near Grand Coulee. Grand Coulee is the big dam in Washington State all along the Columbia that makes several lakes. This is Lake Roosevelt in particular. And there's a piece of raw land here that looks like an interesting development opportunity right here that's about 71 acres. And you can kind of see around it, a lot of people have been doing developments and selling properties. You can see people around have built roads in and developed homes. You can see on both sides of the property, there's somebody's building a road in here. These are new homes being developed right there. As well as over on the other side, there's a property going in and a road and houses being developed. I think that these are vacation homes, as the town itself of Grand Coulee only has 800 full-time people. But I think that these are vacation homes. Folks from Seattle and areas like that might come over here for the summer or Airbnb their houses and that sort of thing. So this is the 70-acre property. It goes down to the waterfront on the lake. It's high bank, about 30 or 40-foot cliffs, so you don't have direct water access really. And it does have a little shed here right there at the back. But this gives you a good view. You have great water views, and you'll have access to a boat launch just down the road a little ways. You can see from both directions here kind of what those views are going to look like. You have the dam up there in the back, pretty spot. And then here's that cliff and the waterfront. You are not allowed to develop docks or anything like that on this waterfront. At best, maybe I'd be allowed to do a trail down to it or something like that. But I'd want to be fairly careful with that. You want to make sure it's safe, obviously, and that sort of thing. Here's another view of it. Now, there's a little bit of stuff from the previous owner. I guess back in the 90s, his family would come here and they'd camp and that sort of thing. But he's moved to the East Coast and they don't use it anymore, so it is now for sale. A lot of sagebrush on it. But you have pretty views, especially in the summertime, and a little cove in there. And supposedly there's a trail to the beach. I hadn't seen it yet, but we'll see if I can find it later. And here's another view of it. This is the shed, actually a good-sized shed. Doesn't have any power or water, although there's supposedly a well on the property somewhere. And here's another view of the back of the shed. And this is...
What's a town?
It's not a town, it's just a 70-acre property down to Lake Roosevelt, quite a ways down there.
70 acres?
A lot of houses and things.
Why is this 70 acres?
Possibly pretty views. Got a little shop here. It's primarily down this way. That one, look at that nice new house. They're building nice houses here.
Are these new?
Surprised the developer didn't want to buy it. Why wouldn't the developer of all these want to buy that property? Look at these.
Why is there so many houses around?
Well, they're building a lot of houses on this hill. This is interesting.
Oh, look, that house is already done.
Uh-huh. So we're not, the property we're looking at is right on the other side of this house, just across. It's kind of a steep little hill, but you can obviously make little level house pads with views.
Make sure you don't go tumble into the river.
It's building a pad right there.
Well, look.
These are much nicer houses than I thought they'd be doing.
Yeah.
They must be selling. I have to look at
Oh, they even have a nice
sales
little
prices.
yard.
I know, it's beautiful, huh?
Are you not pressing the gas pedal a lot?
No, we're just rolling. Pushing the brake. So I'm pushing
Push the brake.
the brake.
Dad's rolling and pushing the brake.
Now, where are all the men who are going to be working on these houses?
Oh, look, that's really new. It has not been made yet.
Yep, people are there. A little steep little driveway. Look over there. Bunch of houses similarly over there.
See,
A little
some
bit older, maybe.
people do this. Soon you're gonna have to go back up, and you're gonna have to push the gas. You're gonna have to get prepared to track soon you up. We're taking a video.
Well, so I can remember and I can show it to Mama.
Oh. That's a nice little view. Don't go down.
Building houses all the way down through here. You can see they got the electric stubbed out, water, septic.
I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna do it there. That's gonna be an itty bitty.
So here would be the property right over here. This all the way up would be the property just directly adjacent. You'd have to build a road in. They'd probably make you pave it, it looks like. This is private property, so we're not allowed to go down here.
Why?
So it says private property.
How come you think it's
So that is fairly steep. I think it's like kind of on a cliff. Basically, I don't know how far down that is. 30, 40 feet.
I hear it.
Oh my Lord. I'm afraid to get out there to see how steep this is. Maybe over on the other side there's a way down. You could probably put a house up here though. It'd be a pretty view, but clearing it'd be scary. This is kind of middle of the property. This is probably the steepest point, it looks like. Got some rock. They have a road that comes down here. So I put together an offer letter. I usually do it kind of in this format before I send an actual purchase and sale agreement to let people know what I'm trying to do. So it kind of has an introduction of our family. It talks about how we're a family from farm in Wilson Creek, 4 small children. And tell them a little bit about our offer and what we're trying to do. Here's a little bit more information about us. Talk about an evaluation of the property. It's a beautiful property, amazing views of the lake. We'd like to use it. Talk a little bit about the current economic conditions, a little bit slow market for sellers. And then I explain my offer, which I'm making an all cash offer. I believe that the price offers a fair market value. I also point out that since I represent myself, the seller is saving on the 3% agent fee, approximately $15,000. And then about to see what is an absolutely titanic mistake that I made in this offer. I can't believe it. I'll show you in a second. So I intended to offer, the property was listed for $499,000. I intended to offer $400,000 even. But look at this. Oh, worst typo ever. I sent this to the real estate agent. She called me back and said the seller accepts. And I thought, wow, that's great. I'm surprised I didn't even get a counter offer. But unfortunately, they accepted $500,000, not what I intended to make, $400,000. Huge mistake. And I guess this is the risk of when I get in a hurry. I really should have had somebody else double check it. I didn't even have my wife double check it, or the real estate attorney that I used double check it. I sent it. Huge error. They accepted it. Absolutely terrible, though. I realized my error when I went to put together the purchase and sale agreement. And so I had to send this email to the real estate agent and say, I just had the worst possible typo. I intended to put $400,000, and I went to double check the earnest money and saw that I put $500,000 instead. Please accept my deepest apologies and pass them to the seller here for this terrible error. I can't believe I did that and didn't catch it when I reread everything before sending. Ugh. I completely understand if this is not acceptable and the seller doesn't wish to work with me further. I apologize again. So I thought that would be the end of it. But actually I did get a call back the next day. And the seller was very understanding, as was she. And they made a counter offer to me of $450,000, which I did accept. And so now I'm entering into a 60-day period to do feasibility, with the ability to cancel without further cost to get my earnest money back. And I'm mainly looking at, am I going to be able to build a road? Is the property going to be too rocky? What's going to be required to bring water and power in? And make sure the county will approve of subdivisions and that sort of thing. So I put this in and requested a couple of other pieces of information, but we are actually now moving ahead with escrow. So the next steps are going to be to wire the earnest money through and do all my feasibility checks. And here's some of the things I'm going to be looking for during feasibility. What is the ground like? I'm going to take my backhoe out and dig test holes to see if I can build a road, or if it's bedrock right at the surface and has to be blasted, which would cost a lot of money. What's a tax classification for the property? Will the county allow us to build a road? What will they require for it? How many lots can I fit? I'm going to already talk to a surveyor possibly about helping me on it. Thinking about parking the RV for my guys to live in when they work there. Can I bring in power? How deep is the well? What does it produce? Do I need more wells? And what would be required to build more wells? What's required for septic, which is where the sewage would go? Do I need legally set up a well sharing and road cost sharing agreement, probably some sort of HOA? What will the taxes go up to when I buy it? Then do I want to build it myself? Do I want to hire somebody? Do I need a general contractor's license? What is license requirements? So these are things that I'm going to be thinking about here, along with other factors, as I move ahead with evaluating this and whether or not I want to move ahead and actually figure out how to develop all of this.